am a chance am akwa bia me Adom TV so braso se de Pampaso dwumadie ebro dwumadie e de bro da branda bia between 10 and 11 na Pampaso nsam na de hyehye no ne de ato ne ahwese betima dada na kusekusa na manadwo na fenti ase abam de se fatase e wesa na fikofiko e ma ate ase ne da Pampaso e de ho nkomo midin e nana sei ampofoje show yi wobe kofi ampadu ne produce directly bibia kama ne the John and Jane ticket for 2020 NDC finally enroll do eye mame Jenana Opoku Ajiman mame no I the first public speech as the running mate to the former president John Dramani Mahama. What do you make of Nsema Okaye ni posture adwuma no betimi ayo compliment ben o de ba the NDC presidential slot no nyame admo 7th December san komo no de behwe na ya digest analyze kama ewo dwumadie eso me wo mpanimfo atwero ne amintimo kama ho na yebabora enkomonum kai se wei Pampaso medin enana sei ampofoje Eliti yamo akwaba afei ebraso se yidi nkomo ewo Pampaso exactly 7 minutes inside 10 nene nkomo ayedie eye the John and Jane Tekita NDC National Democratic Congress representative for a year 2020 presidential elections na unim se enra officially eye omampenda da John Dramani Mahama unveil ne running mate Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman na ompenda dad in sembi tudwa the newest and the freshest running mate in town Jena no Opoku Ajiman so edin sama hodo bi atudwa a chese eno a generate eye enkomodie bebre eno ho enkomo ne baba bedi e Pampaso ene na me wo ura Bernard Nimpesie a wono oye communications team member ema NDC obodwuma papa papa we adwuma wa bono se brebre na NDC TC power ama man nkwan bi na maye mu ma ama na anwe ame ma ne kra ho anto no a ese no krini ho Bernard boko de
I mean Yankopon adaroma why na afem de bi pepepe
won so aye fene so dodo
me da se
ese eto de bi opposition so eto de bi ana aye tofa ana
nyeme sa ho ignase na beza a condition
wadwen
opposition enye easy sa and like you rightly said enye and can say ba say this a party ba power ansana
so
you know it doesn't because our opposition na say obi person obo betimi abo say obo on twan answer eno na obehwa nra Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman a box say we should stop that political patronage connections minimo yi answer it should be based on merit or you're qualified regardless if you fiba obetimi aye adwuma no ye ma nenye anomo na beboa na mo correct say near party abapa ndi mo fama me man fama me say e create nepotism it create corruption nti eno no enya dia as I say you encourage that much so nipa na ye adwuma na we appreciate na adwuma ye
say penifo say do abre no die sabe do apota ma na fi ontiri so odi mu na wa se rosi atwumako na du ze obete kakra bia ya so nza
say adwuma bia so akatua ho adwuma bia so akatua ho just say edu say so otua oka
all right
but it should not be say yamransa so be was support obetimi support because
party for the necessary enkwan wo mu nti o so mo support o
ebo ho hwe sana we di bibo no ho so be hwe na ntisa o bia
na
sebe
ya mo ni pa bro ti ase
answer user ehia pa ayeki
all right etiyan konna his excellency John Dramani Mahama the flag bearer of the NDC and nsema oditu dwayentie kakra eno achi ni betie Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman so ensem kakra ye gina so edi nkomo kai say ye hwe ni mu say a board member of the Forestry Commission Yura Henry Komenakoko ono kra wadu ha dada nti nka won be hya ase no na ono nso de ne die ahwem ye konkoti ye mampani dada John Dramani Mahama.
It's heart-wrenching to hear government officials justify the huge amount it is spending to manage the impact of the collapse of Ghanaian financial institutions, which they now put at a whopping 21 billion Ghana cedis. I weep for the many who have lost their jobs, the many who have lost their jobs, the many who have lost their businesses, and the many who have lost their livelihoods as a result of these policies. I pledge on behalf of the NDC that we shall, within 1 year of being in office, pay all funds that have been locked up with the collapsed financial institutions. Within our first year in office, we shall pay to all the beneficiaries all funds locked up in the collapsed financial institutions. It is a promise. We shall not put together any long-term payment plan that will further worsen the living conditions of the victims. As has been introduced in other economies, the next NDC administration will establish a financial services authority that will be responsible for ensuring that consumer financial markets work for consumers and providers and for the economy as a whole. This financial services authority will oversee all financial products and services that are offered to consumers and will effectively and efficiently prevent and stop the challenges that have confronted customers of Men's Gold, DKM, and others. We will restore Ghanaian indigenous investment in the banking and financial sector. And we will do this through a tiered banking structure in order to restore viable credit sources for Ghanaian SMEs. And we will make amends for those whose businesses were collapsed due to political victimization.
And us in this context should and must include generations unborn. It is our business to think about them also. Their lives also matter. It is clear that with the right direction and resolve, with all of us being part of the forward march, our country is destined for greatness. We can and must right the course of our country. We all admit that we can put our country on a firmer, more sustainable path, a path of peace, in order to move forth in ways that are meaningful and clear. At this time, I say to the SHS students who are writing the exams, let me assure you that I have children your age in the same situation too, if not biological. Therefore, I understand the difficult situation you are going through, and especially the anxiety that you have as some of your colleagues and staff got infected by the COVID-19. There are also, sadly, reports of deaths of students and other staff. The partisan nature of our politics today makes it difficult for even to ask a simple question about the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic without triggering a whole political brawl. This is not helpful. All the same, my condolences to the family. Believe us, many of us share in your loss. I ask us all to be very disciplined about following the WHO guidelines and government directives by taking good care of ourselves. And some of us may understand these protocols a little better. Let us share that knowledge. Let us save lives, no matter whose life is saved. Countrymen and women, all we are doing right now is what has been and has always been a very simple exercise of registration. What is not so simple this time is that the exercise is taking place in a time of a dreadful pandemic that is still evolving, and in our case, still rising. As if all of this is not bad enough, the level of violence, brute force, bloodletting, and sheer breakdown of law and order in an otherwise straightforward act of registering to vote is unbecoming of our country, especially of a country that until recently was hailed as the fulcrum of democracy in our region. How did we descend into this situation? The answer is simple. When there appears to be selective justice, when some offenders are not even placed on the hook, but are hailed and promoted and excused for being nasty and violent, the logical outcome is what we see. This situation of people dying, being harassed because they have decided to register to vote, it's not a story you can tell any child in the future. How will you begin that story? And when that child asks you their favorite question, why? What will we say?
All right, Enra, we except of Enkomodi Ekoso, Abrana Adom, NDC running mate in the person of Professor Jinana Opoku Ajmaote, former President John Dramani Mahama, all your pledges and promises, locked up funds, a generated heated arguments across the country now. Not yet the Enkomono Kakra. Chamakofu, Memoakava.
I never.
Upon Numboko, dear.
Adom and Empire.
A mask, dear, if you are not sure, he said, I'm on a theatrifian, we know N95, and I said, we should see.
My mamma tear for near her watching. And maybe they had made in tea what?
That's all when was I.
Huh?
When was I?
Hey, any one was sunny upon mine. Anyway, Yahuye,
Yerianias,
be out here.
A cabasso.
Yeah,
me who said now, no, said John 1 week, you will call Banner Hong Kong. You may be a home commercial. I heard the dark upon so any place here. I mean, I say, free war. And more dome running meat. Nah, it's like messages are more than echo into election. No, a move I can see an LPP or with the huge promises there within 1 year, locked up funds, you know, President Air promise it. Say nothing over my long term processes be a bit to be within 1 year, no bit to Kabia, Mubia, and a home and Kakaho. Yan had the end of course, one and come out a PM.
Where the can my main far, a quenyas and I mean cheerful. Woman, I'm ray, Ritty and Kawai Babidi. Sena de bia me kana nye nima ye nim chen won a wo fie no akwanya bi na wo de aman se yenso yen kire ngadwen na ne yen political parties no wo ka kire won ye mi jiro nganam na yen na manfo ni sa nkomo no madam asenso se mo so mama yen sa akwanya yi ma me mfa wakwanya ezu bi na me mo NDC abaso papa enra programmer ye ne efe na edanso because of say yenimra normal times na kan na bia bonzi ejina ba bi pa kesi bi so ne ade but nra the way we arrange bibia no kwari ni efe it is of class mebo organizers numbers papa NDC communication bureau nyania yenim yenkwanse ye beptana bontan kansa but behind the scenes ye wo abenfo a won so wo share organize events mayen and Rabbi Bia course of fair. Maybe you know, maybe abaso body kese papa Bema President Mahama. Say, on in Yankopon kita hu dino. Or ya su tie ne Yankopon su say, it's a sort of as ne ranimate. Na masan fa kwenye so abo young founder J. Rawlings and then mpenyinya wo ba se kuwa wana you're from Council of Elders. When you know the marketing. NEC, National Executive Council, and I fee Obibia or the name wa and so boy. Na yada central meetings for us so say won so wotimi dedicate won deshe am I biom for the third time ade a won ye ndi ni ye
because say fourth time
yeah fourth time yeah that's right yeah sorry it's from Fanchebe fourth time where yene won adi ni ye was akwan no so na yasre won say one crown no nia ya ye one crown na nye fepreko because obi no wa sebe onye nyumedisa mfama oman no so ba yen no ne ehu ni say o blend north south is bibia edimu ebi o no ye beba nsem a power obi ade tugwa I mean to me nka enyi Mampanyin Mahama na ho kafo infim the jede say we say behind every successful man there's a woman on a danyang
na unsuccessful men so na hwan mo na wachi
oh they're not very unsuccessful subjective or very may be or tiase to me sorry jeofie ko babefie but obia ho no successful there's nothing like unsuccessful man. In which contest? Jehode America so being is successful.
Okay.
So what you say? Being because me are we different. Yankopon bo won ye. Wo shock absorbers American ni bi. Ya bia me timi say obia bi sabi asam ko ni kunu betimi afim. Na onyin bi asaye. Ye hu abre obetra so wore biom. American ni sa akuguduru. Sabi bi grada na nkasa kura na obia na da kura na nkrofo de hanky for people nanim. Inti mmea wo bibi ma edimu inti mama Lodina bia wo bia Nyankopon hwɛ they say decision in bia ni wa President Mahama betimi afa on the win discuss yamra na ansema esi no so President Mahama ka so di kan mefe no because eno na edi kan wo pem say wo behwe mu a General Secretary bekasai be bo NDC for abaso about ongoing process I efa yen dinchro ne ade ho na ma so ma support abo NDC for abaso papa say one vigilance and am bibia record so successfully despite the intimidation machinations name akrowa MPP for I employ obi anhwe on defy obi akoso kwakotro meeting the ambassador boma obi bia o sakwan so na fi party agents a won so gina ho intimidation ni nyina echi o ye won adwuma se na ese we pepepe be bo be police for ni wo enso o ti won dwuma pepepe already kan ho yen election directorate revis ne dom yen IT directorate ora graphics ne dom babo nyina abaso am se wonim nia abesen kwa se nye se ma yen ni da ho a anka yen nuanom yi at the 6 dying 9 maybe already send it past 7,000 now to me 22,000 look at the padding o good voter region baby on already send it pando don ate so o say machine nti machine na magician pa baby I favor be not tum baby en favor no ate so it tells you the mindset anipa no yen nuanom MPF ni easy for ye won adwen sen ko ba be ye eno ne ka ho nsem ba wo Nyankopon baby odi abedu ni ti ye di ase ba ma chairman so kasai echre NDC yang ho fama ene do aye domia niema won kwan the direct reverse of the thinking of MPP including President Akufo-Addo himself 2019 June 3rd to 6th Vancouver Canada so okay Women Deliver Conference see Ghana fomia enu baby obenya the activism and the dynamism I obetimi assume higher positions. President Akufo-Addo kind nansenya. And the opposite NDC ya chere say there be nya sanetening. Obahwa yen pa ne yetimi appoint first woman Speaker of Parliament. Enuachi yesan be yi Electoral Commission first woman. Ne enuachi yesan ko yi NCC first woman enuachi obeka yan the first Attorney General and Minister of Justice so obeka anti Betty Mood if you ho and ye de anti Merita Brew e buy eni achi ye can say won a wotu aban ya abanfo ana won na wo kasa kire aban constitution na amakwan the first chairperson of Council of States ante Faustina Nelson inti enya nko ye ba political party ni mu the only political party obia etimi aspire as presidential candidate in the person of Nakono Adom Rawlings ebe obi anyankobon enka no NDC nyemasa ebi nsi pen in any major political parties between NDC and NPP it's only NDC enti ni nyina mu no na ye bomodin say ye pejao position ne kosoro kopem say efede ye first running mate between NDC and NPP enya ne asebe you because the party be pen na mom near our the potency of assuming that position enya ne yemfanko keke na mom or the chance of having it. We say I certain home debate so nka areas are a party be strongholds no. So per se o ma me akwanga affirmative actions. Yenyi constituencies be farm hound say be in NPP na Shanti region. Ba o go wo nyina gu. Obo nyina gu nchen. Me a wo ma won protection. Wonga wo ma won protection but this current parliament NPP fo. Say address afo kan. Honorable address afo. Woman be enti ka bebia wama leader no na ka wama ni deputy but it didn't happen nti na yemi anom no what can say wo hu the entire say dey obia bana o za nga fe na me ba won kasa no so enti no mame monitor na fe me ma no abobro na nti na me kan say yemi anom mpre ho say won pe bibi nkan fa ma me hu to sense say utimi ka say NDC president Mahama Akufo obia bana wan fo bu amagana for no in a very bad taste.
All right. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
And NDC outdoor running mate. I just say her accolades ne eniama o kan just say crowd Ghana man nyina hu say ampa NDC ne party edoma pa pe analysis a oye CCA ene ensama hodo mo de tutu dwa e ho no nti mame hwe mo take MPP
mame ma ahwefo nyina che bio so nim so mampani wa mentifedo na obaya mame abrewa 90-year-old pa bonfo bi yegidi afem num ne ade akuni yayaye mampani ahye se prusifo nyu adwuma den na won ohun bia no efo nyina mranim afesu bio first lady mame Rebecca Kufuado ode yakọ sonko ama abusua na ato na asire onyame se omfa bro ade kra nsieye na saafo na afa saa so hwem num nyina won ahwere won kwan won adidam oma won kose afeye hwese ebi nsi biewo te wasoma ama nipa akọ ha omuni abusua no ekododo ni nyina musi nura president Koniade na ayraho se nke yesu pe wini penina adue na nyina yesora no pa yenkotodwe ne empa ebo so nyame nnum ye nyinkire ahodi wo nyasa asonya obi timi duru ni fie so 90 years akakuma bi na nyame atonsa frɛ no friend natural death na umma ho kwan efise wo gidie bi ana wonti asiemu ususu se wo beifo nti mo wa mamre bi a mo yede a enyeyi akwati article 13 and 15 of the 1992 constitution offenses so criminal act and other offenses act criminal offenses and other offenses act akwati no so section 22-23 mo amobua amasa abone nyina abaso etie ne kwanso principle so mi omadwuma ye nyina asomamu ye nkan kire ye ho se never again no na aba abontin oni ehu ye enu ya mentifedu ye hafamu hai behunu so obi yesu atwitwa maame ewia kete aden o maame abaifo bi bɛkɔ akɔware babaawa no bɛkɔ asɔre sɔfo se wase ɛbɛyifo na bɛnkɛtɛkyie no atwituo bi kura mpo kyerɛ ɔmaame kɔm maa na nkasa so deɛ wei sɛ maa na ɛde yɛ
ɛyɛ issue a sɛ yɛ discuss no yɛ other program no nso bebree
yes but antino yeah flowing into this no sɛ wei ni nyinaa yɛbobo ho no na this for so mu kɔyɛ ɔma dɔre na me akwaraa ne yɛwo no hospital no mani tua na yɛwo no fie no mani tua ɛyɛ na ɛho hia sɛ yɛsɛ yɛsan akɔda no adi a ɔsan de w'ani kɔdi akyire nti yɛne tua na mmom the focus is on former President Mahama yɛnim no dada ɛne yɛnim no ɔyɛ nipa a wopɛ Ghana politics yɛsɛ obi tiri yɛ ɛwɔ politics mu a ɛyɛ ɔno menim sɛ assembly ma odi yɛ wowɔ ho yeah, no correct. Binom keka so wadi assembly ma pen. Anya no correct. Okay. Na deputy minister de wadi pen. MP de wadi pen. Wadi minister pen. Umufra bem no be communication director for NDC. And obedi vice president. Yes sir. Nti oba adwuma no pass dem no abey. Na nwumre no e president. Eno na achi ne san to abama no bi no be president. Nti kade yefunu gia ne meye. Ibia nam de toto me ankasa me ho. Ebi se wo ye example na wan fa ho anya na ado bi koya anya yasiu. Me nuanu ma oba ntoma se kwa na bra. Be san to abama biu san ko parliament. Ihe di mi se dabi. Ye nyambe ye mi anu ayemi. Anto former dom ne na di chairman constituency ampre nu. Abedi MP. Anya me nko na sabi nyansa wo mi mu bitiri mu. Nyame nko na mdi anim yeyi afoforo so wo hɔ a wa ya ahopoa oso so betimi aye bie be ma be ye bi nti me dem ase nti nanka nipa dodo na ehwe anim se anka President Mahama after guguo kɛseɛ na ubia di blame ma no wa NDC mu se ono na ama anya na ne hyehyɛ bɔne ne na mamu bɔne nti no ma di nkuguo kwasi botwe report na nipa beno ne ade buo mumu ade ne kasa ensema hodo bebre nti o madi nkuku na kasa abre na ko bi ehwese obeka se eye obi foforo meto aso ba we de ono ananim any decision so also be ye bio to be ye biom de ama no ontimi mfara ni metime replace no mani nye ye minim se senchofo mo na mo ye mistake dia Jane and John
John and Jane.
Could be not Jane and John.
So, any be a mistake?
Ah, well, say mistake, a very grievous mistake. Very, very serious mistake. Because Ponkona, 7 previous are all train, cat, what they cat could be any money and I'm from Sopa. But all said and done, we will concentrate on him. We will focus on him. There are records. Obidio mampeni. Then the new maye in fear what tree, but now bam. Ya otimi ye, and now they went to me and no one has some near Becca. President Akufo-Addo wa bam in fear na mu no okwe. You went to me a ye, you went to me ye, no one has some near Becca. Eh, because if you fear near Teddy Bier, Itinra, Mammy Jane, Okasa professor. Na obo assembly so no hode menene ya adwen kakra o say enye atenie ne kasatwitwie ne fe sikwadu ma bia na akotena na odi mpani na tem na okasa o say ote asem enti mesrenara omomode na nhwe ne fie na fitire ho
ahwan asem na okay
nkoda ne memo a won aso won men etwa mpanina da pa asofo nom ne nhemfo nom ne na no want to say o si police for ne soldier for security for NDC ba ba mu be yi om nyina
why na say
Sami Jamfi communication officer of NDC
enti on to Sami Jamfi for ansa na
eni duduo bebre wo ho abi o free bar ure fi baby so sharp teeth that's all about former president Rollins Diano pay na a mistake so akobo ma me Rollins Diano. He said, Nyadia and Niba Jennet. What you say? More Bobby Marialis no. More respect be. Who come out some Indiana, first or bar, you will not quite be presidential. Juma Benham did no Sunyane. Sunyane Fonka games. As if Sir Mammy Rollins, Munim no crowd with yesterday. Muria na Cape Coast or Kodasi keke, Yaman at 3%. As in your share. Kodasi me party ma. And no other pa mucha mammy. Ebi num kra nyaa na ko mbobro no ane wona mo se ese mo do ma yo obi no ma yo sa se ya wo ka fa president Akufo-Addo se Canada okokan wa ka ma hosu ahodo bebre me no on 3 occasions o ma correct UTV and here some body but ya correct on several occasions sa small aka na nye no kre wasin kete so be ka na dabi e bia na aye no kre but I tell you nti am won wasa na uja na na okosa unuanum hosu bi no aka no oboso pe me kan nim piesie yo me nua etwa oboso pe no ma correct no ebi kura de omu kofa test no e read kire no the president Akufo-Addo never said so. In any case, action speaks louder. In your manifesto and this manifesto mo promises some be mama 40% our BM appointment near. Muko we ase no. Mo promise 30%. Mo antimi in your administration. And then you are promising 40%. Ema abra President Akufo-Addo atwam ho. Ma omo adwuma, omo yi yehye nkutupa ye onse. The issue and the campaign will not be oba ne be ma asemo. There be if he say ma ye nanom ana mema ye janom ye tu ene enam enu nti na twere ne se bema beja na eja ho na de no akofam ne nyeza wa ye ho number wo papa mu a enyeye de oba timi ye bema timi ye de bema timi ye oba timi ye mpo sometimes say man bros it there's nothing na say really na mo pa oba leadership there you mix the both as Sunyane I mean couldn't do Rollins. I'm not some war party to the nas. Until when you're that qualified. Until Oninya so say obetimi adi party adim. No be di o man penin. But you demonstrated as Sunyane. Say mu hia no mo peno. Maybe in part or your band mo peno. I don't know. But yeah, the focus is on former President Mahama.
Yababa the issues in so ma any PCA mrem kakra na wasaba half a yenhwe ensem na eno obobo so no former president de no titiri san say as a ensem no kind do na me sure say to be carried in my manifesto about say in 1 year with your all locked up funds ne ho kekeka ho obi bisa say DKM die no ni ade esi mu na so mfie bebre kura ansa na ebra so mi ato aba wantimi entu esesika no nti de na de mo hu na mo be hye sa abo akese yi and there's another part say primary health care acha say nkoda ne mpanimfo be call hospital kwa ne ho keka ya TB pain in run up to 2008 elections one time premium ye hu de kosi ye ti asemfo fro be ni afi so mini enko
medase ansan meto aso no so no abo e kan sem bia ya ye nkontompo nam se orema sebi wiase amansan amane ebofo watwuma anu esi boni because President Akufo-Addo of Vancouver some o kan no me wo eni se bre wo mu a anka obetimi kura kan me unim o che o share video no because obi wiase nyina hu Emma bia no ne co-host cra taking on. Nti no enya fe na oba be damage control. That is what she believes in. Because I'm saying say obama bia kwan as running mate. In the person of Madam Ajia Alima Mahama. Gabio chida kwan kasa tuti. Nyame nam kokan. Wonga man kwan as NPP political party. Nti so bi ye na weni bra Sua ye mum chen se obeka ho nsam fufu na maka na meka so bi eni ho so a mama ne nyina so afedi o se den running mate hu hia What is so can no much about President Mahama.
Or say one can say who here, but or say they will focus on the man.
Inti you can you abandon. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the big part of train. Oh,
you're finding difficult.
If
it's a mechanic.
Oh, no, no, kind of bro, I'm saying, any pin bedding. I say one focus, eh? Just a be a one and never contest, no. Running mate who here, and I'm a boy. And also then.
Where's it by mouth? Okay.
What kind of then?
Okay.
Mama,
mistake. Me say, you focus. President Mahama. If he say,
no, nenye running mate and Professor Sam.
Open play the back now.
FAT.
Okay, yes.
Brana President Mahama and far running mate nkomodi maye no. Na ye nuanom nsem a wo kan say. Onyo bimpo fan as running mate. On say ne running mate. On name running mate. Sauti pa. Wakan ya efe odiaba. Ba won say there be emwa. Now what Fred running mate because who say President Mahama in contempo ne na braba sem a atra wo twafa ne ho no. Wontimi nya nyina so ye. Project ben and on antage under President Mahama. We inflate costs and a bit my way Cuba, we discuss here. 50 hospitals, eco see roads, eco far overheads, eco far water projects. What can you now? Contompon one antimi and Yinaba Copesumpo, and Miss Anasem. 3 years. I think indemnity clause now, Macang say, after 3 years, you net now kind and contopo, but Macopatro and Gay. Nti no want me fashion tag no nti what running mate amasa ni ode no ba no wo so no baby enso sansan wo kan ni nyina ye ne a sabe you ekotia ma dignity nti akopie say want me nya wo hwe nti afi yen san hwe say dan ni bi say papa to emra nsem no kan so president Mahama kan nsem bi sape
a quick one mami ready sako to about what President Kufuor said there was Vancouver, they now quote. This is a quote. Or say 52% of the population are women. He said, adding that these statistics should count, but that will only happen when women sit round the table where decisions are made. The president made the point that if, where's your quote, if women don't, for instance, put themselves up to be elected as candidates, then it is difficult to have a majority of them as ministers because at least half of my ministers per the constitution must come from the legislature.
Where she mentioned
where direct quote.
Direct quotes, but someone can hear.
Yeah.
What can do, baby? What say they lack the dynamism and the activism. He says so. I told him, Mamma call me. I know this. I idea. Oh, Nemuyamra near a here and primping so. Because NDC, I established say, near Yakun, this is the direction I call. I am Miamre in Tiade. Opportunity na mobia. I did Gideon Ghana for bit me and your moon says Sika, Mubitia. As a free primary health care idea more cane because one time premium to me and yet mobile. Mamma shall fee primary health. Oh, just 3 minutes be now. Oh, yeah, time is around the fast. Okay, say, President Mahama said, it's a policy and Kasade, the policy dialogue very soon. And Sampona manifesto number nemum or I'm sure Ghana ni bia. Say, Wanga, Eddie can go sika, and that this abang wicked government. Once you come with banking sector reform, so-called banking sector reform, no, or by in within a year, or the UBS cabinet. In your day, I will copy you because that banking sector problem or no, none na kabuma. Sika a bit me so as saying best survival. Na nema in your fasu in your woman say a man for confidence. I want banking mu etimi ejina ho. Enko ba so bi say bank graduates ka to apra e be shunti me fanko na won a wo ye adwuma wo ho millions of Ghanaians or thousands of Ghanaians are wo adwuma wo no because so anyone adwuma aye na bank bi ama bontan be declare no bankruptcy so I ran a bankrupt enti no about me so no mu na mo mpe emre wo ho enti akoba say bi e emre no na wonya 9 billion Ghana cedis Read my lips. 9 billion Ghana cedis are when you na begin one answer. Bank be a new said you panic withdrawal. Need depositors you know for which scam obinya monda. Because can now what they are going to investments. Will be a why you may we a pension. Oh, names of Koto tax here. Oh, no be grand can you require many tea. Said some can. Or the Niska Kotono di don't crank a crano. Sani Panonisicano, a back of Sada ho. Because on Conco ya at the whole ding. What did 21 billion about Begusa banks? 21 billion. Oh, here 9 billion. And to you 21 billion, 9 if you 21 Marimana, Hesika or Mount receive. But that singular act. You chose the path, say, made the make good because make you any opposition, where you threat to make consolidation.
Unfortunately,
and President Mahama said, 1 year.
Yeah, I win him. The entire focus on it is on.
The
entire focus on it.
I understand you.
The entire focus on former President Mahama say, "Waba bem when you 8 years wa bem, our record near utimi and near went me anye Papa ne boni."
No, correct.
President Akufo-Addo wa bem
8 years as what?
Oh, please.
So 8 years wa bem is understandable because
it is not.
4 years as vice president.
Exactly.
Position he was still in government. That's the understanding.
But na pamphlet timi e Ghana fo anim President Akufo-Addo anyam fie nan anesa dia watimi aye eno ne yebeka ho asem yebeka sector by sector eduru education so a eho anam running mate na ho de wo because ono no free ministry ho be ni enti yede ne be ma Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh education minister na po na oni na debate on education na pay the akano health na your debate your minister musumanya minister pay agriculture your minister musumanya minister pay near debate ko enti yen running mate Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will continue to deal with economic issues and in near digitization sebe ya Ghana economy ni be grow ni be koya nim ni move na developmental projects are president
Mahama say in 1 year sikaya muntia ase muntia obetua ni nyina
aseda wo ho manya menese ne penso na DKM egu ye DKM sika na 660 million Ghana cedis wantimi antua 1 cedi aban wey atua 3
it is not true.
Oh, please
ona bo mutua
omutua say ka be ka kire me aban wey atua almost half and me no ka say Oma go into agreement ama finance minister or business car the other half 100% yetu amonya banks na gu ye no it's on record. I was in parliament Anna President Mahama then the last state of the nation address oba ye no odi blame be ma Bank of Ghana.
I remember that
the Bank of Ghana for na anyo madwuma ye na ye hwe ha financial crisis na ba
Egwari ni musimu betua.
Wontie me. Dabi ya be kire mo. Egu ode penso.
Won na abegu.
Wo asma me no kan. Wo so kai. O blame Bank of Ghana. E wo no ne penso. Ona appoint one pa ene wo maka under his supervision. And obeji tu mu e wo parliament. Say financial crisis wo ho. Banks igu. Na mom blame no de ma Bank of Ghana for. Enti man ti anya ho hwe. And Bank of Ghana records from 2014, 15, 16 indicate say 8 banks almost collapsed. And no actually the all came. Our case was about TSK. Omo attempted say banks ne egu ni bi. Omba so masne. Omo de oman sika koma banks no. Me boa on come metie. Omo de sika ma banks ne say banks ne fan so asne. Directors ne je ya no mu san che di ye. Enti pay he ana obe konsuo. What can tell the consume?
But banks say here 9 billion to survive. Now the 21 billion.
21 billion you who sika. Who sika na daho. Mimi sika we sika obia sika ni ye save.
Oh.
That is the point.
Debbie.
Oh please, you come so my banks no 9 billion. Ono si mi hia ye total hia 9 billion e dia ye adwuma ye dia meanwhile depositors sika no anka ɛsɛ sɛ Bank of Ghana no eni hɔ
sika no so ni hɔ
eni hɔ wadi na hɔ anka
alright zanko mo we
sika no ana president Akufo-Addo
chairman Henry Ghana era NPSA a obeka mo no we di dwuma de bedi na na se ampofo je wo be Kofi Ampadu and produce show we Pampaso ya na brani sa nso nkomo no kakra bia be bia no emu edupa ye de mo si ami adman na sika be se hia